In a remote village where the streets were narrow and the houses stood close together, Amelia and her family moved into an old house on the outskirts of town. The house was spacious but eerie, with cracked walls and windows that made strange noises whenever the wind blew. From the very first night, Amelia felt that something was unusual about this place. Something was watching her. On the first night, Amelia lay in bed, trying to sleep, but faint sounds began to echo in the room. The sound was like whispers coming from the walls, as if someone was speaking to her in an almost inaudible voice. She tried to convince herself it was just her imagination, but when she turned to the other side of the bed, she saw a dark shadow standing at the bedroom door. She froze in place, watching the shadow as it began to move slowly. Suddenly, the sound disappeared and silence filled the room. But just before Amelia closed her eyes, she heard a very clear whisper. "Why did you come here? This is our house." The next day, Amelia tried to convince her mother that something was wrong with the house, but her mother dismissed it as mere imagination. She decided to ignore it until she found an old wooden box under her bed. When she opened it, she discovered a wooden doll with hollow eyes and a strange smile. At night, she felt as if something was moving in the room. When she woke up, she found the doll sitting on the chair across from her bed, staring at her. She screamed, but when her mother came, the doll was back inside the box. Amelia started to feel like she was losing her mind, but she decided to yell herself. The next night, she started trying to record what was happening. She woke up, she left the room. The doll moved there. After a few days, things became even more terrifying. Doors started closing on their own. Mirrors reflected strange images, and she heard the laughter of children coming from inside the walls. One night, she woke up to the sound of knocking on her window, despite being on the second floor. She stepped forward cautiously, and when she pulled back the curtain, she saw the face of a little girl with black eyes staring at her from outside. That wasn't possible. The window overlooked empty space. When she told her parents, the family decided to call a man to bless the house. But as soon as he entered, his expression changed completely. He began to explore, and the moment he started, the walls shook, the lights went out, and everyone heard a piercing scream coming from deep within the house. The man told them that the house was haunted by angry spirits, and that it had been built over an old cemetery of children who died under mysterious circumstances. The wooden doll belonged to a little girl who was unjustly killed in this house. She was the one trying to reach out to Amelia. That night, Amelia saw the girl again. This time, she wasn't evil. She approached her and said, "Help me. My name is Layla." So, told secret. She searched the abandoned basement and found an old journal that told the girl's story. She had been imprisoned in this house, and when she died, her soul was cursed and remained trapped inside it. Amelia tried to help the trapped spirit, but the other spirits didn't want that. Next night, the house lit. The lights went out, and the sound of footsteps flooded the door. The family boxes Amid the chaos, Amelia grabbed the doll and shouted, "I free you, Layla. You won't stay here anymore." Suddenly, the doll began to melt, and a bright white light appeared. Then, everything disappeared. The house grew quiet, and everything returned to normal. The sounds vanished, the lock that had sealed the door broke, and the family escaped safely. In the morning, when the family returned to collect their belongings, they found something strange on Amelia's bed. An old photograph of a girl who looked exactly like her, with the words written on it, "Thank you, Layla." The end. But was the curse truly broken? Months later, while Amelia was in her room at their new house, she heard a faint sound coming from her closet. She approached cautiously, and when she opened the door, something fell to the floor. It was the wooden doll smiling at her once again. You came back. Do you think the curse is truly broken, or will the doll return again? Share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel for more scary stories.